Precision, power, protection. From the stabilization patrols of Kabul to the kill zones of Kunduz. From the vulnerable soft-skinned jeeps to the heavy rolling fortresses of the Leopard 2. This is the complete motor pool of German engineering in the Hindu Kush. Let's start with the main battle tanks. Leopard 2A5, the Fortress. Originally designed to fight Soviet armor on the plains of Germany, these beasts were deployed to secure the German camps. Their sheer size and 120mm cannons served as a massive psychological deterrent against insurgents watching from the hills. They provided a fortress of steel that no Taliban weapon could penetrate. Leopard 2A6M, the IED Hunter. The upgraded version of the Leopard deployed specifically to counter the IED threat in Kunduz. It features a modified hull with a belly plate designed to deflect the blast of anti-tank mines away from the crew. It brought heavy firepower to the show of force operations, proving that Germany was ready to fight. Panzer III Buffalo, the Buffalo. Based on the Leopard 2 chassis, this armored recovery vehicle is the tow truck for the tanks. It features a massive crane and winch capable of pulling a disabled 60-ton tank out of a ditch or mud. It ensured that no German steel was ever left behind on the battlefield. Wissent 1, the Plow. A heavily modified Leopard 1 chassis converted into a specialized mine-clearing and recovery vehicle. It was deployed late in the war equipped with a full-width mine plow to physically push IEDs off the road. It provided high-level protection for engineers working in the most dangerous zones. Next is the infantry fighting vehicles. Marder 1A3, the Workhorse. The Cold War workhorse of the Panzer Grenadiers, this tracked vehicle provided the backbone of German mechanized patrols. Armed with a 20mm autocannon, it could suppress enemy ambushes while safely transporting infantry in the back. It proved rugged and reliable in the dust, despite being decades old. Marder 1A5, the Survivor. A heavily modernized variant of the Marder deployed later in the war to survive massive IED strikes. It features a decoupled interior and blast-suspended seats to protect the soldiers' spines from explosions under the hull. It was the primary fighting vehicle for the Quick Reaction Force. Marder 1A5A1, the Ultimate Evolution. The ultimate evolution of the Marder in Afghanistan was fitted with air conditioning and electronic jammers. It also included the MELLS anti-tank missile system, giving it the ability to destroy bunkers from a distance. It kept the old warhorse fighting until the very end of the mission. Next is the artillery and radar. PZH-2000 Panzer Haubitze, the Long Arm. The most advanced self-propelled howitzer in the world is capable of firing 3 rounds in 9 seconds and hitting targets 40 kilometers away. Its arrival in Kunduz changed the game, allowing German commanders to drop precision airburst shells on insurgents hiding in the mountains. It is a masterpiece of German engineering, combining speed, armor, and overwhelming firepower. Cobra, the Silent Guardian. A specialized radar vehicle designed to detect enemy mortar and rocket launches immediately. It calculates the point of origin of incoming fire and sends the coordinates to the PZH-2000 howitzers for counterfire. It was the Silent Guardian that protected German camps from indirect fire attacks. Next is the heavy APCs and electronic warfare. GTK Boxer A1, the Infantry Taxi. A futuristic, massive 8x8 armored personnel carrier that utilizes a unique mission module system. Its V-shaped hull and composite armor offered protection levels that arguably exceeded even the main battle tanks. It became the favorite taxi of the infantry due to its spacious interior and legendary survivability. GTK Boxer Ambulance, the Rolling ER. The specialized medical variant of the Boxer features a raised roof and a fully equipped emergency room in the back. It allowed medics to perform life-saving surgery on wounded soldiers while under heavy fire. It was the most protected ambulance in the entire theater. GTK Boxer Command Post, the Mobile HQ. This variant turns the Boxer into a rolling headquarters for battalion commanders. It is packed with radios, screens, and satellite uplinks to coordinate battles from the front lines. It ensured that leadership remained connected and protected during complex operations. TPZ-1 Fuchs 1 1A8, the hardened bunker. A radical upgrade to the Fuchs added heavy ceramic armor and blast plates to survive IEDs. It transformed the light transport into a hardened bunker on wheels, capable of taking hits that would destroy the older models. It became the standard for route clearance and convoy protection. TPZ-1 Fuchs Eloka, Hummel, the Jammer, a highly classified electronic warfare variant packed with jamming equipment and antennas. It intercepts enemy radio communications and jams remote-controlled IED signals to protect convoys. It fights the invisible war on the electromagnetic spectrum. TPZ-1 Fuchs KAI, the robot arm, a specialized variant equipped with a massive robotic arm for interrogating roadside bombs from a distance. It allowed EOD teams to inspect suspicious objects from inside the safety of the armor. It was the primary tool for keeping the supply roads open. TPZ-1 Fuchs KMRT, the bomb squad, the specialized explosive ordnance disposal squad vehicle designed to transport the bomb technicians and their delicate gear. It features customized storage for bomb suits and robots, keeping them safe until they reach the danger zone. It is the chariot of the bomb squad. Next is the Special Forces vehicles. AGF Serval, the Desert Raider. Based on the Mercedes G-Class, this open-top vehicle was used exclusively by the KSK Special Forces. It features a heavy weapons ring mount and lacks doors or a roof to allow operators to exit rapidly. It prioritized speed and firepower over heavy armor for deep desert raids. Wolf SSA, the Officer's Ride. The armored version of the classic Mercedes G-Class was used by commanders and liaisons. While it looks like a standard Jeep, it has bulletproof glass and plating to stop AK-47 rounds. It was the primary ride for officers moving between camps in relative safety. Next is the MRAPs. ATF Dingo 1, the safety cell. Built on a Unimog chassis, this vehicle introduced the safety cell concept to the German army. It looks like a truck, but features a V-hull that deflects blast energy, saving countless lives during the escalation of violence. It was the first true MRAP of the Bundeswehr. ATF Dingo 2, the Icon. The larger, improved version of the Dingo is capable of carrying more troops and heavier weapons. It became the most numerous armored vehicle in the German contingent, used for everything from patrols to VIP transport. It is the symbol of German force protection. ATF Dingo 2BUR, the Watchtower, a surveillance variant equipped with a mast-mounted ground surveillance radar. It can detect moving vehicles and infantry from kilometers away in total darkness or dust storms. It serves as a mobile observation post for base defense. ATF Dingo 2 GSI, the Field Shop, a specialized workshop variant used to repair vehicles in the field under armor protection. It carries tools, spare parts, and mechanics to fix battle damage right on the highway. Kept the convoys moving even after mechanical failures. ATF Dingo 2 Lautsprecher, the PSYOPs, a psychological warfare variant equipped with a massive loudspeaker system on the roof. It was used to broadcast messages to the local population or play loud sounds to harass insurgents. It fought the war of information and morale. Next is the light armored patrols. Fennec Recon, the Silent Observer. A low-profile reconnaissance vehicle runs almost silently to observe enemy movements. It features an extendable mast with thermal cameras and lasers that can peek over walls while the vehicle stays hidden. It was the eyes and ears of the Task Force Kunduz. Fennec JFST, the Designator. The Joint Fire Support Team variant is designed to coordinate artillery and airstrikes. It uses advanced laser designators to guide the shells of the PZH-2000 howitzers onto enemy targets with pinpoint accuracy. It is the link between the troops on the ground and the big guns. MOAG Eagle for the Liaison. A Swiss-designed 4x4 armored vehicle adopted to replace the vulnerable Wolf Jeeps. It offers the mobility of a Humvee but with protection levels comparable to a light truck. It was used for liaison missions and urban patrols in Mazar-i-Sharif. MOAG Eagle 4 Ambulance, the Urban Medic. A protected medical evacuation vehicle based on the Agile Eagle chassis. It bridges the gap between the small Wiesel and the massive Boxer ambulance. It allows medics to reach casualties quickly in urban environments. MOAG Eagle 5, the Up-Armored. The Up-Armored successor to the Eagle 4 features better mine protection and a higher payload capacity. It was deployed late in the war to provide maximum safety for small teams operating in high-threat areas. It bridged the gap between a Jeep and an MRAP. LAPV Anak, the luxury tank. A heavily armored version of the Mercedes-Benz G-Class, looks like a G-Wagon on steroids. It allowed military police and special forces to move quickly through narrow city streets while staying protected from small arms fire. It combined luxury engineering with combat survivability. ESK Mungo, the Paratroopers truck. A specialized air-transportable armored truck used by paratroopers to move squads rapidly. It can carry a full squad in the back and is small enough to fit inside a CH-53 helicopter for air assault missions. It provided protected mobility for the airborne forces. Vizel 1MK-20, the tankette. A tiny, tracked tankette small enough to be airlifted by helicopter directly into the mountains. It is armed with a 20mm cannon that provides heavy fire support for paratroopers in terrain where tanks couldn't go. It acts as a mobile machine gun nest. Vizel 1TOW, the Giant Slayer. The anti-tank variant of the Vizel is equipped with a tow missile launcher. It was used to destroy enemy bunkers or caves from a distance with precision-guided missiles. It gave light infantry a heavy punch against fortified positions. Vizel 2 Ambulance, the Mountain Medic. A stretched Vizel configured as a medical evacuation vehicle for difficult terrain. It allowed medics to reach wounded soldiers in narrow alleyways or steep ridges that the Boxer ambulance could not access. It ensured that help could reach the most remote outposts. Vizel 2 Command Post, the Digital Hub. A stretched variant equipped with advanced radios and map tables to serve as a mobile tactical operations center. It allowed paratrooper commanders to control the battle from right behind the front lines. It brought digital command and control to the mountains. Next is the engineering and support. Pioneer Panzer II Dox, the Badger. A combat engineering vehicle based on the Leopard 1 chassis equipped with a digging arm and dozer blade. It was used to build fortifications, dig tank trenches, and clear obstacles for the combat troops. It is the heavy construction worker of the battlefield. Pioneer Panzer III Kodiak, the heavy engineer. The modern replacement for the Dox is based on the Leopard 2 chassis with massive armor protection. It features a hinged arm excavator and can mount a mine plow to clear paths through minefields. It brings heavy engineering capability under fire. Minenrompanzer Keeler, the Boar. A terrifying mine-clearing tank uses a rotating flail to beat the ground and detonate mines. Based on the M48 Patton chassis, it clears a safe lane for convoys to travel through IED belts. It is the brute force solution to hidden explosives. Mini-Mine Wolf, the Remote Clearer. A remote-controlled tracked machine used to clear minefields and IED belts without risking a driver. It uses a tiller or flail to churn up the soil, detonating explosives safely away from human operators. It was essential for clearing the perimeter of Camp Marmel. Husky VMMD, the Detector. A specialized vehicle-mounted mine detector acquired to lead German convoys down dangerous roads. It uses ground-penetrating radar to detect buried IEDs that metal detectors might miss. It was often the lead vehicle in the route clearance packages. Beaver Bridge Layer, the Beaver. A bridge layer tank based on the Leopard 1 is capable of deploying a 22-meter bridge in minutes. It allowed German columns to cross canals and dry riverbeds that insurgents used as natural obstacles. It ensured mobility across the difficult Afghan terrain. Leguan Bridge Layer, the Iguana. The modern replacement for the Beaver mounted on the heavier Leopard 2 chassis. It carries a longer, stronger bridge capable of supporting the weight of the newest tanks and armored vehicles. It represents the modernization of German combat engineering. Leopard GBKF, the Crane. A heavily armored mobile crane designed to recover damaged vehicles and lift heavy containers. It features a telescopic boom and a rescue winch capable of pulling MRAPs out of ditches. It provides logistic support under enemy fire. SLT-50 Elephant, the Elephant. A massive 8x8 heavy equipment transporter designed specifically to carry the Leopard 2 tank. It hauled the main battle tanks from the airbase to the forward operating bases to save wear on the tracks. It is the giant that carries the giants. SLT-2 Mammoth, the Mammoth. The modernized, armored successor to the Elephant designed to carry the heavier Leopard 2A6M and PZH-2000. It features a fully armored cab to protect the crew from IED blasts during long-haul transport missions. It is the strongest truck in the German inventory. MAN KT-1 MSA, the Legacy Hauler. The Legacy 8x8 military truck fitted with modular armor plates, MSA, to protect the logistics crews. It was the backbone of the supply chain in the early years of the war before the modern trucks arrived. It proved that even old trucks could be hardened for asymmetric warfare. MAN SX-45 Multi-A4, the Lifeline. A heavily armored 8x8 truck used to transport supplies, ammunition, and containers over rough terrain. It features an integrated armored cab that protects the driver from IEDs and snipers during logistics runs. It was the hardened lifeline of the German bases. Yak, the modular truck. A multi-purpose armored truck based on the Duro chassis used for medical transport and military police duties. Its modular design allows the back to be swapped for different mission sets depending on the need. It provided protected cargo capacity for smaller units. BV-206S Hägglunds, the Snowcat, a tracked, articulated all-terrain vehicle used by mountain troops to cross snow and mud. It can traverse deep snow and steep rocky slopes that stop every other vehicle in the inventory. It was essential for operations in the high peaks of the Hindu Kush. Next is the drone systems. KZO drone launcher, the Catapult, a specialized heavy truck carrying the catapult launcher for the KZO reconnaissance drone. It launches the drone to acquire targets for the artillery up to 100 kilometers away. It acts as the long-range eyes of the Panzer Haubitze 2000.